In Judges chapter 13 and verse 12, we see the account of Manoah, the father of Samson, and his wife when they encountered the angel. And the angel said to them, you are going to be giving birth to an exceptional child. A child whose destiny is going to be so great. He's going to be a deliverer for his people and all of that that Samson was going to become. And so out of excitement, his wife, that the angel actually first encountered, ran home and said to her husband, finally, God has appeared to us. We're going to be having a special child. This is how great the child is going to be. And like every diligent father should find out. Watch this. In that Genesis chapter 13 verse 12, Manoah said to his wife, how if our child will be extraordinary? If he's not going to be like every other son, every other boy, then there's got to be some special instruction. There's going to be some specific way to order his life for him to turn out as expected. So they went back, and thankfully they met the angel again. And they said to the angel, let your words come to pass. How shall we order the child, and how shall we do unto him? Profound. Because the reality of the matter is that, you see, ordinary methods produce ordinary results. Whether it's in the field of sports or politics or in the military or in any field of human endeavor, every child, every son or daughter that turns out extraordinary went through extraordinary tutelage. They went through extraordinary situations. That's a fact of life we can never deny. And so Manoah, Samson's father, understood that. So he said, there must be some specific instruction. And guess what the angel did? The angel listed out a couple of do's and don'ts they must apply to the child. We can extend that. We can extend that to say that for any child that will be a soccer champion, there are disciplines. Every child that will be a scientist, there will be a pastor, there will be a businessman, there will be a banker, there will be a politician. To turn out right, there are exceptional things. And looking at the army, it gives us an example of the father. To turn out generals, to turn out captains, majors, there is a processing they must go through. There is a discipline that is not a regular, normal routine of life. You pass them through in order to turn out to be who they need to be. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to share with you two very profound examples in scriptures of how to be a father and how not to be a father. I'm going to be starting with the example of Isaac. Isaac, to my mind, is what I call an example of a floundering father. A father who, to my mind, failed. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me start by reading two scriptures, or two verses of scripture from the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verses 34 and 38. And when Esau heard the words of his father, that's Isaac, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even also me, O my father. Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. I call this the pain of regret, an extreme sorrow that arises from a child, a son who's come to a point where he or she realizes that his life has been wasted because it's a male, this Esau. Now, what is the background of this episode we just read? Isaac demonstrated such an incredible failure of parenting that it led to this outcome that we are seeing today. And what were those details? What were those details? What happened? What was the situation? Now, let me lay the foundation of submitting to us, like every theologian agrees. Nobody can actually blame another person at the end of the day for how he or she turns out. That's a reality. But again, we cannot also but acknowledge the fact that if Esau had some better parenting, there was a possibility of turning out a better person. And I want to show you why I think so.